Hello everyone and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Now I just want to do a quick little shout out to everyone, a big thank you for all the support on the channel recently, completely blown up, so thank you so much. We're doing something a little bit different in this first little bit. We're doing a little walkthrough. I have done a little bit of off-camera work, as you can clearly see. This is a nice little resort here. This is like some shops, some toilets, some seats that you can sit on over the water. Like, it looks so good. We've got like the vines hanging up over, and you can get like how cool is this view of the coaster? Yeah, so we've got obviously toilets, shops, some more sitting areas just here. I also covered the floor with some wood panels just to make it look a little bit different, and it covers up the path as well, which makes it look a lot better. We're doing something a little bit different where there's going to be a bit of cutting in this, just because there's a lot of things going on in this episode that is a little bit boring, like for example this flat ride here and this building over here. So they're both going to be in this episode, but this episode is not about that. The episode is about slides, and we're building a water park, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we're doing this flat ride. It's a nice little merry-go-round type building, as well as a food court little village that I'm super happy with how it turned out. It looks so good. Build out pretty much an entire village that you can walk through, and there's shops, there's just a lot of stuff in there, and that took hours. Like, guys, I'm telling you, it took so long. Like, it's a big ass jump between this and the next scene, the walkthrough scene, because it just took so goddamn long that I'm like, I'm not putting this in an episode. I'm not even gonna stream it. Like, it just took so long, but it looked fantastic. So in the meantime, we're building this building, and then also it'll cut to the other village as well. So once this gets all out, we'll do a walkthrough and I'll show you, like, look at this. I've added signage, I've added lighting. So we've got Wheel of Honor, House of Grub, which is that building just there. Then I've fitted out some more detailing in this building. Then that's the ride there, Wheel of Honor, which is sort of just going through the theme as well of, you know, Viking and pirate, which I'm super happy with how it turned out. Like, the lighting in this game is phenomenal. I know I keep saying that, but it's phenomenal. We've added like a nice little garden there. It just looks so good. Like, that's where you exit the ride. So that took a hot minute as well, but this is what took hours, guys. This village over here. So it's all custom. There's like hundreds and hundreds of pieces in it. Like, all right, you ready? So there's different shops in here. All of this I've built. So it, like, look at it. It's so long. There's multiple paths, there's just levels, there's music. It's so cool. I've had like these little shops there in like little kiosks to make it look like it's little markets. And that looks, there's still some work to be done, but I've got the basics. But across from this lake, this river, is going to be an island, and on that island is going to be a water park. So let's get into that. Alright, so the main event for the episode, if you will, is a water park. I know I said it at the start, but we are here. I did have an idea of what I wanted, but I couldn't really get it to work too much. So we have two slides down here that are the big, you know, big drop slides. Nothing too fancy, literally just a drop and that's it. So we have two of them side by side, pretty much the exact same ride, just, yeah, side by side, so you can race your bodies or whatnot. We'll build that up with, you know, buildings as we do in the rest of the park. And then also I put in a big pool and some other little rides along the way, or little slides along the way. I wanted to make the pool here on the right sort of like feel like a lagoon, if you will. So it's pretty much all rock edges. I'll do a waterfall, but I couldn't really get it to work too well, like custom shape wise. So I sort of just had to do a big square and then go from there. We, yeah, decorate it. There's going to be some shops around it. There is a lot to digest in this episode, so bear with me because there is a lot going on, and it's pretty sped up just because there's so much footage. Like, I spent a hot minute on this. These are the other slides that are going in. They're nothing fancy at all. Like, they're actually pretty basic, but I just wanted to sort of cover up this hill a little bit better. We also cover up with obviously rocks and trees, and obviously once it's all decorated, it looks really good. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It looks a lot better than actually how I thought it would, so I'm super happy with that. We also obviously changed the colors from bright and happy to drab and disgusting brown. Gotta obviously make sure that it's all smooth because it is a pretty sharp, bended, quite quick ride, so I had to make sure that it was all good. Then I don't know why, but having these stairs are actually annoying. You can't connect, well, I don't think you can. You might, but let me know down below in the comments if you can or not, but you can't actually connect the slide platform up to the path right away. You have to add those stairs in, which is so frustrating because I had the terrain already worked out and I was just going to connect the path right up to the platform, but of course that didn't work. So if it does actually in fact work, please let me know, and then let me know how to do it, because in future I would like to redo this and just have the paths go straight up to the platform. So please let me know if that is a thing or if it's gonna be a thing, because I want it to be. Don't get me wrong, I do like the look of the stairs, but for this instance I wish you could add them or at least remove them, just because it looks a lot better having it go straight up to the platform, which, you know, it couldn't work, but that's okay. We got it to work in the end. There's a path that goes up there. We decorate it with the building or the station, like waiting room, I don't know. Wait, the building that goes over the platform. So let's just go with that. Yeah, now we are doing the building for the exit of the drop slides. I don't know what they're going to be called, because, you know, I have like the Wheel of Honor and, you know, House of Grub and all that sort of stuff. So it's got to fit with the theme of, you know, Viking and pirate theme. So I'm not entirely sure. And because there's two of them, it's going to be like twins or sisters or something like that. I'm not too sure. So if you do have a name suggestion, let me know, because I would like to name the slides as well. Yeah, we are starting to get into detailing the slide and pool, which is very, Twin Falls. I do name it. It's not the best name, but Twin Falls, there you go. Look at that, I'm done. And then I also realized I wanted to extend this slide a little bit more to wrap around sort of closer to the building. So we extend that a little bit more, smooth it all out, make sure that's all nice indeed. And then we fix up this pathing area because all of this is still path and guests can still go there. So we had to fix up that a little bit so that didn't really clip too far into the buildings and the slides as well. So we do that, add some little chairs, and then I wanted, because all of this is straight deep water, I wanted it to make it look more like a beach. So what we did was, not that, that's a monstrosity. So what we did was go from shallow to deep water, which I think we made it like go quite well indeed. Yeah, so you're going from ankle height water down a slope into deep water, and it looks really good. We also cover the path to make it look like a sandstone sort of sand vibe, so you're going into the beach, which looks like really well. I'm really happy with how it turned out. We also do like there's the little, it's sandstone, and so yeah, we cover the entire edge with that path to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then obviously with the rocks and then the natural path there, it does kind of look like a beach, well, a beach front at least. You can have like the fake beaches. So yeah, we do that and then add some nice little seating area and shade cloth just here. I also wanted to cover the front edge of the path just because it looked a little bit dodgy, just having from like cobblestone to sand. So we cover that up with nice little log, and it looks really good between the two transitions. Now we're starting the detailing side of this area, and I knew I wanted it to be like tropical, but also keeping with the vibe of Viking and pirate. So it's sort of a bit of, you know, a bit of a mixture between the both. It's not as, you know, piratey, but then it gives you like the tropical vibes of what like an island you would have when on a pirate ship and you get to like a deserted island or something like that. So we do that throughout pretty much this entire island, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Pretty much my rule of thumb is just keep adding to it until it looks somewhat decent, and that's what I did in this building area. It's a bit of an odd shape, especially with the path around the back and the platforms being at different heights and everything like that. But that's okay. We make it look like a proper platform, and I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. We did try and cover up the stairs, but I didn't really like it, so I just got rid of the top one, because I do like the look of the stairs, because it does make it look more realistic, especially with like Wet n Wild, or pretty much just any water park really. There are most of the time pathing system and platform that goes all the way up to the top of the platform, so it does make it look realistic to have it on show, so thus being on show. And then I also found these cool little pieces to cover up the railing, which I think looked really good, and it just colored them like brown and green, and they looked amazing. So we covered up the entirety of the platform blue with that, even though you can change the color of it. I didn't do that, so that's on me. But the point is, we cover it all up just to make it look a little bit more realistic with the building, and I think it looks really good. Now we go in and do some more rock work just to cover up some of this mountain. It obviously gets covered up with all of the, like, look how beautiful it looks. It obviously gets covered up with all of the rock and plant work that we do, and obviously around the back end of the pool as well, we do all that. We do another little building there, and I make like a cool custom waterfall, which I'm actually really happy about. I also tried to do my best at covering up the supports. That's the word. I had a brain malfunction there for a minute. Like, I could not for the life of me think of that word. But yeah, we obviously cover up this side of the pool area just because it's all just looking funky, so we had to cover it up. We put a building there, and then I obviously wanted a waterfall there, so we had to add a waterfall in. And because it didn't look the best, because you could still sort of see the nozzles for the water, we covered it up with some vines, and then had the idea of actually having the rocks come out, so it's sort of like a cave, if you will. And I think it looks really well in the end. I also had a cool idea, or I've seen it around. You put like a little stall in the vans here, and we obviously had to move it to connect it up to the pathway, but we got there and it looks really cool. We also build that out with some more shops and everything there as well, just to get some more people in and get it looking a little bit more, you know, tropical and all. I will do the other side of the island, but that's not going to be in this episode, just because it took, you know, this whole island took hours and hours, so I had to obviously break it up into two parts, otherwise it's going to be like a 40-minute video, and I don't think you want to be listening to my crunky ass voice for 40 minutes straight, so we obviously had to break that up. But we finished sort of somewhat decorating the wall there, or the rock wall there, with plants and rocks, and I think it looks pretty decent. Unless you're gonna like go all the way up close to it, you can't really see, and especially you're not really going to be doing that when you're in like POV mode or whatnot, so it doesn't really matter that much as long as it looks good from afar, and I think it does. That's all that really matters. We do some more, you'll see it in the POV at the end, so if you're wanting to stay for that, it's not too much longer, so, you know, get off your high horse about it. We fill out this little area too, because this is sort of like the main area for food and drink. It's right there near the pool, so you can sort of just grab it and then go back to your chair. You don't really have to worry too much about being far for too long. So it's sort of in the middle. We might end up adding some more, but for now I think it's enough. There's about 3 shops there, plus some, you know, vending machines, the van stall. There's quite a lot of stuff there. So plus there's person dryer. I don't even know what it is, but apparently it's good to have, so we put it in. I don't know what it is, but it dries people. It's like a human dryer, so we add that as well. And a cool little, you know, steel type piece to just to add some texture to it. And then there was cool inflatables, so, you know, we got to add the cool inflatables just because it makes it look so much more fun. But we are getting to the POV now, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And again, thank you so much for the support on the channel recently. It means so much. Like, we passed 100 subscribers. How cool is that? Like, that blows my mind. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
¿Dónde está mí? La me voy más te ves yo, se ahora tú. ¿No? Te la abolir.